a lot of setup for. All right, so we're back. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Is this a good mic?
Yeah.
Positioning?
Mhm.
Okay, cool.
So how was your driving?
Oh, it was easy.
Mm-hmm.
We live not too far from each other.
Cool.
I live in like, I'm not gonna put it out there, but
Sure, you don't have to, just in case somebody's watching. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where she live? Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
You said you wanted to talk about driving in LA, though.
Yeah.
What about it?
Yeah. Gosh, I feel like no matter how close or far I drive, I get it like spikes my blood pressure.
Cortisol.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And I'm an angry driver.
Oh, are you an angry good driver?
I am an angry good driver.
Good driver.
Yeah.
Because you can be angry, which is fine.
Yeah.
But as long as you're like a good driver,
I think that's what entitles me to being an angry driver. Is like
everybody's a horrible driver.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I had like twice I got cut off driving here of just people who like slid into my lane without a turn signal.
Are they always damaged vehicles or are they like new vehicles?
I think there's a spectrum,
Mhm.
and it's like the worse your car is, the most damage, they'll be like missing a door. They have like a garbage bag is the window,
Mhm.
don't have a bumper. Terrible drivers, obviously.
They're just putting, I mean.
And then it kind of like goes into the middle. It's like, okay, you got a Toyota Corolla. You're an okay driver. And then it gets back to like, you drive a nice ass Mercedes, you're a terrible fucking driver again.
Because they can afford the insurance.
Yeah.
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 It's always such a nightmare. I love driving at night, like leaving a late show or being on the road and there's nobody around.
Yeah.
Right. And then all of a sudden, there'll just be a Mazda going at like 160 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And I'm like, where are you going?
Yeah. Like, where do you have to be?
Right. Drugs?
Booty call?
Booty call? I mean.
But they can wait.
It stays wet. All right? It's not, I mean, it doesn't dry up if you're late,
And there's always more moisture to come. You don't have to.
I mean, it's going to work itself out. Bob.
Yeah. I was driving back from a show last night in
I saw 7.45 hours or something like that.
Yeah, we were in Paso Robles.
Nice.
And so we were driving back down and we're like, oh, we left at like, I don't know, 9:30. We were supposed to get back at like 12:30.
Mm-hmm.
And we're driving and there was a car, no lights on, just fucking and all three of us in the car were like, that car, they're gonna die.
Stealth mode.
Yeah. And then something fun, we hit traffic because there was like road work on the 5, I think. I still don't know my freeway. I've lived here for 4 years. I don't know my freeways. I'm just like, where did Google Maps take me? I don't know. Okay.
I learned it from the Californian sketch on SNL.
Oh. But we were stuck in like standstill traffic, and it was like we were supposed to be home at 12:30 and then 12:45 and then 1 a.m. and then 1:15. And we see someone kind of like up past us getting out of their car, and we're like, what are these people doing? And then we see cars start to get off and then get on this little like side road that's like a windy road. And so we also did that and then went back to home by 1 a.m.
Have you done, there's a show in Lancaster and that's why we do it at 2:30. It's okay. He's going to be around for a bit. It's okay.
Okay.
I don't mind. It adds ambiance. It's great. I did the show in Lancaster. I left Santa Monica, and it took me 2.5 hours.
Oof.
And then I did 10 minutes, which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
And then it took 40 minutes back.
I know I've been to Lancaster. Which direction is that?
North.
Okay.
North, easterly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the worst when you're like, 3.5 hours to get there.
And
to perform for
10
maybe
minutes.
15 minutes if you're lucky.
Lucky it was a big crowd. Lucky it was a nice stage setup. So it felt worth it.
Yeah.
But it's just a lot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I did a show in Victorville one time.
Mm-hmm.
I had never been to Victorville. I'd never heard of Victorville.
Mm-hmm.
People were like, ooh, what are you doing out there?
There was a lynching in Victorville.
Recently?
Last year. That's 2 years ago.
Jesus Christ.
Okay,
That makes sense. This
yeah. So tell me about your experience.
the show was in like a big bar,
Mhm.
and when I showed up, I got there on time, which is like early before the show starts. They were doing like country line dancing for like middle-aged white people, and I was like,
Tracks.
yeah. And I was like, this can't possibly be where they're going to do a comedy show. And then they did. And I asked the bartender, I was like, do you know who this person is? They're going to be,
It's my word. I hate that fucking part.
what?
No, when the song stops halfway. And
Oh,
then
it's such a
started again- it
tease.
was
Yeah,
started
yeah.
Again. Anyway, continued. So they did the bar show.
So we did the bar show, and it was like everybody that was there for line dancing, like they got the fuck out. And there was maybe 6 people in the audience. And then I asked the bartender, I was like, do you know who this guy is? He's supposed to be running the show. And they were like, oh yeah, he usually shows up late. And I was like, okay. Then he gets there and I was like, hey, I'm Liz, like, thanks for having me. And he was like, okay. And he was so dismissive and rude. And then he like went up, did a weird set. I couldn't even tell you the guy's name. And did a weird set. And then it was a lot of like, just like bad comedy. Nobody was paying attention. Like 2 people in the front were like trying to like heckle me and like riff. And I was like, oh, The Sopranos. And they're like, Breaking Bad. And I was like, yeah, that's just a different show that I'm not talking about.
Oh my God.
And then I get done and I was like, I couldn't stick around till the end. I was like, I have to get out of here for my own mental health. And I was like, okay, thanks for having me. And the guy who produces the show, he's like, yeah, okay, bye. And I was like, this whole experience was awful. So I stop at In-N-Out on the way home, and I'm like crying in the car. I'm like, why the fuck did I drive out here to do this dumb fucking show? And then he's like in my DMs the next day, and he's like, hey, I'll Venmo you like the $15 or whatever to do the show. And he was like, yeah, and if you ever wanted to hang out sometime, I'd be down.
As a producer, it's like, especially reading everything that I've read, is just like, thanks for doing the show. Thank you.
Yeah.
And then that's it. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do.
Yeah. Also, you think I'm driving back out to fucking Victorville?
That's insane.
Ever?
It's insane.
Yeah.
I don't know about like worse shows, because I've done this a very long time, and I kind of enjoy when it's going terrible. I am at that point.
Yeah.
Where I'm fully embracing how bad everything is.
Yeah.
How bad the comedy is. There's nobody's in the pocket. Everybody hates the show.
Yeah.
I have such a good time.
Yeah.
Because I'm losing it.
Yeah.
Like you do it for so long, and it's like when it's bad, it's good.
Yeah. Well, and it's like when it's so bad, you're like, you can't help but laugh at this.
Yeah.
I'm not having fun. You're not having fun. But I'm gonna make the most of it.
Yeah.
Because that's
the best time, when I try new unflushed shit out.
Yeah.
And see what happens. And sometimes I have a great time. Sometimes I make it worse.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I think that's okay. Driving in LA, I've had a car. I've run through 3 different cars since 2020.
That's a lot.
I know. I give up. One car got towed. As soon as my car gets towed, I'm just like, okay, bye.
Okay, new car?
Just new car.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I didn't have a car, though, for the first 5 years. And I was navigating without it. And I was doing okay, taking the train and stuff. And then when I got a car, I was like, oh, it's not just the car. You have to have everything that comes with the car. Registration, insurance, fixing it, gas,
permit,
parking, whatever.
Yeah.
And I have been very utilitarian about any of those things at any one time. Like right now, but I'm just doing it until something happens. And then I've actually had to pay people cash to shut up about it. I've had to pay people off.
I feel like that almost gets more expensive.
You'd be surprised, because you can also dodge shit too. Because if you don't have insurance, what are they?
Your insurance doesn't go up if you can just.
What are they gonna do?
Yeah.
Right. I think it was 2 years ago, I rear-ended, tapped, tapped this woman. She made a whole fucking thing, called her insurance company. They tried to find me, and it ended up going to my parents' old insurance.
Mm.
And then my sister calls me, and she's like, "Why are we getting hit with this?" And I was like, "It's not me. Like it's not yours. It's not my insurance." She's like, "Just dispute the charges." So it went all the way back to the previous owner of the car that I had's insurance.
Wow.
So then it was actually a friend of mine that was like, "Okay, fuck it." So I just paid him, and then he paid for the thing.
Wow.
Yeah, so it took a whole time.
Wow. Is anyone going to see this before like Monday?
What do you mean?
Like, is anyone going to watch this before Monday? Is this are we live or is this like
This is a live, yeah.
Okay,
And then I just
okay.
post a live.
Okay, great.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't have registration.
Oh, that's right. That's
And
fun.
I haven't for the last 4 years, and I
Mhm.
got pulled over kind of recently in the last like 6 months,
Mhm.
but I have Illinois plates still
Mm,
because I shipped my car out here.
sure.
And technically, I was out here before my car got out here.
Mm-hmm.
And I got pulled over,
Mm-hmm.
and I happened to have a bunch of shit in my car because I was going to shoot a pilot with my
Mhm.
friend. And we get pulled over, and they were like, "Hey, can we see your registration?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't have my registration on me." I was like, "I just got my car in the state. That's why I have Illinois plates." And they were like, "Oh, that makes sense." And I was like, "Yeah." And they were like, "Okay, well, you have 30 days to get your registration." I was like, "Oh, I absolutely will. Thank you."
Mm-hmm.
You can see all the shit that I'm moving. I'm currently moving. That's why, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And luckily, I got away with it. And then I was talking to two friends Wednesday,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, "Oh yeah, I don't have it, but I'm just gonna I'll just keep doing that story with my Illinois plates." And both my friends were like, "Liz, it is thousands of dollars if you get caught and your car's going to get impounded. You have to have that." And I was like, so I immediately the next day I called AAA
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, "I need to register my car in the
Mhm.
state of California. It's from Illinois. I just got it in the state.
Mm-hmm.
What do you need from me?"
Mm-hmm.
And I went and got a smog check, and I had to get an oil change anyway. So I like got everything in order. And like Monday morning, the first thing I'm going to do is go
Oh, good.
register my
yeah.
car.
Yeah, nobody. You have no worries. I get like 27 views. It's fine.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Nobody tell on
Nobody
me.
fucking say anything if you make it this far.
Yeah.
Eventually, I'm going to I'll create like a new Instagram account, and because I have like maybe 15 episodes so far, and then I'll just chop them up because I'm talking to this guy who has this AI program that does it automatically, and it'll just like find sections and it'll just do it.
Nice.
So I'll do that.
Great.
Because I don't have the attention span to sit and edit. What else about driving in LA? Like what besides being an angry driver?
Yeah. I think also, are you a good parker? I'm a good parker.
Great parker.
Good. Nice. Good skill to have.
Yeah, I used to live in Koreatown.
Me too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I used to get home from work late, and I would go upstairs, get my dog, bring her down to take her nighttime potty.
Mm-hmm.
Would drive like a mile away from my house to park, and then walk my dog back because there was no parking in my neighborhood.
Oh, that's smart. Cool, because yeah, she needs to shit, and then just get her done. I used to live off of Rampart and 6th.
Oof, that's like deep into Koreatown.
Deep into Koreatown.
I was like on the edge.
Mm-hmm. It's a big happy home.
How many people live here?
5, including me.
Wow.
Yeah, we got 2 down here, 1 up there, 1 over here, me over here.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. It's like a little commune.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Everybody's in entertainment.
Nice.
So it's fun.
Yeah.
Let's see. So in 6th and Rampart, I had maybe about this much room to get my car because there was a parking space, but you had to go past 4 other cars, and then you had to do like a 26-point turn to get in.
Yeah.
And then you had to do like a 17-point turn just to get out, and then you had to go around a corner just to be able to get it, and it would be like it would fuck up so much, like you couldn't get out. So you had to like do this thing where like I would have to put all my mirrors in, and then I would have to do it and then lean out, go back, lean out until it gets
what
out.
a nightmare
Every time. You know what's interesting about driving in LA? Nobody understands how much traffic there is until they get here.
Mm-hmm.
Because we all bitch about it,
Mm-hmm.
but like it's unreasonable how much traffic there is.
Yeah. Like I go from like Beverly Grove to Silver Lake to
Mm-hmm.
host my mic every Monday.
Mm-hmm.
And if I have to go there when it's not 8 p.m. on a Monday night
Mm-hmm.
and it takes 45 minutes at least, I'm like, oh, never, I'll change my day around to not like,
To not do
I
that.
schedule everything around like, right now I'm babysitting in Pasadena twice a week. And I finally asked for a raise. And I was like, this drive is killing me. This drive makes me want to drive off a ledge. And I need more money if I'm going to do this because I'm starting to resent this job.
I was gonna say hallucinate, but like it's like on
Yeah.
the road, yeah.
And it's the weirdest part about it is like if I have to be somewhere at like 10 a.m., if I leave at 9:05 and if I leave at 9:25, it like still somehow takes the same amount of time. Like twice, like I'm always like, okay, I'm gonna give myself 40 minutes to drive this 40 minutes, and it'll either take 40 minutes or 60 minutes.
Okay, so I work in Century City,
Uh-huh.
and I have everything taken care of. Paid parking, everything's great. The difference between Mondays and Fridays versus Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays is 30 minutes.
Oof.
So if I'm not the fuck out of here, I am late by 30 minutes to my job,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't care. So I can't hang out on Monday nights,
Mm-hmm.
and I can't hang out on Thursday nights.
Mm-hmm.
And those are like kind of the decent days to like go do shit,
Yeah.
And I'm just like, it just limits my social life. It limits what I can do.
Yeah.
And I just go, oh, okay, I can't. Anybody ask me to do anything on a Thursday? No. I got to be in bed by 9. I can't do it.
What time do you have to be at work on?
It varies between sites. So either between 8 or 8:30 or 9.
Yeah, it's an early start to the day. Having to get anywhere at 8 is. I'm like, God, I have to wake up at 6.
Yeah, I do. I wake up either at 6:20, if it's for an 8 o'clock shift, or I wake up at 7:30 if it's for a 9 o'clock shift.
Wow.
Um, have you been in an accident out here yet?
Knock on wood. I've been in a couple fender benders, but like nothing crazy.
Have you seen a bad accident before?
I feel like I always just miss it. Like I'll like be stopped at a red light that now the cops are out and there's just 3 cars in the middle of Highland and Santa Monica, and I'm like, what the fuck happened here?
I've seen a couple. I was over downtown. I think it was like an afternoon show or something, and I'm beneath the underpass, and I'm behind this car, and it decides just to go as soon as it turns green, like a normal car. And as soon as it goes, fucking T-bones out of frame of my periphery, like just completely gone. And I was like, everybody's dead.
Yeah.
There is no way anybody. They got hit at like 100 miles an hour.
Oh my God.
Have you ever seen? I don't know anything. That was it. I watched it, and I just kept going.
Oh God,
we are literally wildebeests out here. There's not. If you just get caught, something happens. The herd keeps going. Right?
Yeah.
I've driven through active shrapnel on the 10. I watched a car careen into another car. They hit the divider. They exploded, and then the pieces started going into the freeway.
Oh God!
And then you just drive. What else do you have to do?
Yeah,
I'm doing
you can't
70.
like stop. You can't like swerve.
I'm doing 70, so I'm just going. I'm just like, hopefully, right?
Yeah.
My particular favorite is when the car is engulfed in flames.
I've never seen that, man.
Okay, so I go to the after hours and stuff. So like, there's things like that.
Yeah.
But like seeing a vehicle completely on fire in the street, it's just like it's because we can allude to like Book of Eli or like Mad Max or like a dystopian future where like Blade Runner, whatever that is,
Uh-huh.
because we have the big cityscape and then just a burning car.
Yeah.
I'm like, where are we? You know.
Yeah. Ooh, I don't like that.
Um, I watched a guy. I was on the 101 South, and I watched a guy careen into the divider, and then pretend it didn't happen. I was like, wait a minute, because I'm behind him. I watch him go, knocks his mirror off,
Oh my god.
and then he goes back, and then I just see him in his own rearview mirror, and he's just like putting himself together, bro. Now,
I mean, what else are you supposed to do though?
mm-hmm.
I get mad. I feel like I live like 5 minutes away from one of my jobs,
Mm-hmm.
and I take little side streets from like Beverly to Santa Monica. That's as far as I'm going is like a
Mm-hmm.
couple big blocks, and the things that will happen in those few blocks
Mm-hmm.
can somehow still just like make me so fucking mad.
Mm-hmm.
Like cars pulling out, people just like standing in the middle of the street, people who like get in their cars and like have no, especially on like busy streets, have like no self-awareness that they're just like opening their doors on Melrose.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, what?
Yep.
You're
Oh. People double park when there's
ugh.
clearly 2 rows of traffic that are trying to get through.
Did you ever, how about like on Western between like Melrose and Beverly?
Mm-hmm.
There's like that, it's like a ghost kitchen. So there's a lot of like restaurants that like,
and they just park
and it's
in the
all Uber Eats drivers, and they just like park in the median.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's like the robots, and then everyone is parked or just like in and out, and there's guys just running across the street. It is like ultimate Frogger. We're just like,
you're like, what are we doing?
I'm like, I'm gonna hit someone.
Yeah. There's something about this place because people live in their cars practically.
Mm-hmm.
Children are raised in cars. I remember was one family when I was teaching in South Central. They would get picked up and then they would spend the rest of the day with their dad doing deliveries. And then they would wake up in the morning. I would be like, why don't you? Because they didn't change. They were like, oh, we spent all night with dad. Okay. So when are you guys going home? Oh, we go home on like weekends.
Wow.
And you go, okay, that's some people's lives out here.
Yeah.
You know,
those poor kids.
They did well. They were fine.
Oh,
like academically, they were fine.
Oh, good.
Right.
Smart kids.
Right. Who knows? But they're good for so far. Who knows? Your second topic was, and the city's kind of empty this weekend.
Yes.
It is because of
Coachella.
Okay, let's talk about that.
Have you ever been?
Absolutely not.
Me either.
Absolutely not.
I was thinking of the dollar amount that would make me go to Coachella. And I don't think I would do it for less than like $50,000.
Oh, somebody had to give you
Someone would have to pay me.
Oh, $50,000 to
go.
Oh, okay.
To Coachella.
I used to work at Live Nation for a bit. So I got to go to like Rolling Loud and like Insomniac tours and like a few other like major Purple Machine Disco, whatever the fuck that guy's name was. But big festivals, and I would get in like security clearance, VIP things, right? But it wouldn't really mean anything because you're all baking in the sun.
Yeah.
And I like festivals for about 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And then after that, I'm tired of standing.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit about the show. I think I'm old enough now to not care about music in the same way.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't have like a relationship, like a parasocial thing with any artists anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever had that?
You know what? I don't like most things and most music and most genres, but the things that I like a lot, I'm obsessed with. So I've been to like a handful of concerts in my life, and most recently I went to go see Blood Cultures.
Okay.
Which a lot of people haven't heard of. They're kind of indie, but like I found them through like a yoga playlist because I used to teach yoga, so like that's where a lot of my music would come from. And then I was just like obsessed with them, and I would never go to a concert by myself. And I was like, you know what? I saw they were touring. They were coming to LA. They were playing at Zebulon.
Cool.
So I got tickets, and then I could not find anyone to go with me. And I was like, all right, this is the one band that I love so much that I would do anything to see them at
Mhm.
least once.
Mhm.
And even if nobody can come with me, I'm still gonna go. And I did, and I like had fun, but
Mhm.
I I have to I was like, all these people are like standing really close to me, and I don't love
I don't
that.
like it at all.
I have no like
I don't like it at all.
I don't want to be near anyone.
Mhm.
I don't want to. I'd rather like listen to. This is so sad
Mhm.
to some people probably, but I'd rather listen to music by myself in my room than like stand. And I know there's like
Absolutely.
a magic when you're like listening to music that other people also love, and you're like, how do you love music as much? I love this song. How do you love it as much as I
Mhm.
love it? You know.
Mhm.
But I'm just like, oh, nobody touch me. People are like, you go into the bathroom and it's like fucking disgusting.
Yep.
People are like fucked up. This
Mhm.
woman was puking in the bathroom, and her friend was like, come on, get it together. Make yourself puke so you can get back out there so we can go see Blood Cultures. And like Blood Culture, they're like indie pop, synthy, chill. And like, who's pre-gaming so hard that they are vomiting in the bathroom before they listen to like this like synthy hippie beat,
Okay.
you know?
So I've been working concert security for 4 years now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I work primarily in the Wiltern.
Okay.
People don't know how to behave anymore. COVID really fucked up people's idea of what being out meant,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because I don't know, we're probably around the same age, but like
22.
yes. uh, I remember early 2000s pre-gaming so hard with like a handle of Crystal Palace and Hawaiian Punch, which I will never touch again.
Mm-hmm. Ours was like a like Smirnoff Raz poured into like a water bottle
Mm-hmm.
that would keep in our purse.
Mm-hmm.
And then someone would have like a Sprite, a Gatorade,
Okay.
something else. And it was like pull
Yep.
in the car on the way to wherever we were going.
Sure. Now there's girls that come into the screening, right? And we'll pull like little shooters out of their boots, and we're just like, you can't bring that in here. Oh, I'm so sorry. They'll find stuff in their purse, like a whole bags of stuff in their purse, and I'll just be like, I can't pocket this, fuck, and I'll throw it in the garbage. But barfing, passing out, people who wait for concerts days ahead of time and like camp out in front of there are never prepared, and they'll pass out within the first 15 minutes, and they're like, why did you go through all that trouble just to get medicked out of the concert?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just don't think people plan. But doing concert security has also given me a lot of variety. So I actually kind of like K-pop as a concept because I watched it live.
Mm-hmm.
And they are militaristic in how they perform. 2.5 hours, full choreography, costume changes, interviews, character development as the thing's going. Right? They're absolutely gorgeous, and then they're just on. They're just everything is their timing. Right? I thought it was really cool. Nordic symphonic metal.
Never heard of it.
I never thought I'd be into that, but I watched like a giant marimba. They were doing like wooden percussion stuff, and then infusing guitar stuff. And then like, okay, so 2 weeks ago we watched a thing called Hollow Live, which was a hologram Japanese anime idol show, and the smell from the room and just
Because it's like people who like only watch anime.
unwashed men.
Ooh, yucky.
Yeah, well, I mean, currently you're sitting next to one, which is fine. But I realized and you don't have to listen to the song, but there was a song called "Breaking Dimensions," and we are familiar with like Satanism in the music industry and like stuff like that.
Hmm.
And like I don't know how far down the conspiracy theory rabbit hole you've ever gotten, but like it was literally a ritual. Like the whole thing, they have scepters, they have these colored wands. The two anime girls that were on the hologram stuff, they were asking for energy and pulling energy, and they even had song lyrics about in where past the point of no return kind of thing.
Hmm.
Super. If I was tripping, it would have been bonkers.
Are you ever worried if you're like in the room, if like something satanic is happening, that like that energy is gonna like seep into your aura?
Yes.
I would be too.
Yes.
I'd be like, I don't want any part of this.
That's why I request to be outside security.
That's
Yeah, I sit outside.
nice.
Because I also was reassigned after a K-pop concert when I started dancing, and then the crowd diverted their attention to me.
Are you a good dancer?
To a certain degree, yeah. Both my
Nice.
parents are dancers.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. But I have to like get back into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Mhm.
Yeah. I do love like dancing to a DJ. My thing is there's no like type of music that I want to listen to enough. Like I can't pick one artist and be like, yeah, I would listen to 30 minutes of Sabrina Carpenter. I mean, I only know like one of her songs.
I like one of her songs.
Yeah. So it's like I like that's why I like I'm not like a DJ. Like I don't like love DJs or anything. But like if someone is like if I'm at a bar or a club,
Mm-hmm.
I've worked at lots of clubs in
Mhm.
Chicago where it's like there's a good DJ and he's playing. I mean, this is years ago, but it's like
Sure.
Calvin Harris, Rihanna, Avicii, like back Marshmello, like back to back to back, and you're like, oh, I love this song. Oh, I love this song too. Like being for sober dancing to that is so fun. Drunk dancing is so fun. Rolling is so fun. Like that I love to do when it's like more about the experience and it's like really good songs, but not all. I like a variety.
Yeah, me too.
And that's
Have you been to Motown Mondays?
no.
Oh, it's at the short stop in Silver Lake.
I always have my mic on Mondays.
That's afterwards. You could do your mic
At midnight? The
actually,
mic starts
yes.
at 9.
Yeah, actually, yes. You could probably check in before the bar closes at 2.
Oh, I don't know any bars that are open to 2.
Past midnight or to 2?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm a degenerate. I know where to go.
I think I all my going out days are behind me
Mm.
before I lived in LA. And because I work in a restaurant, people are like, where should we go? And I'm like, I don't know. Because I don't go out, so I don't know what to tell people. I'm like, Surly Goat. I think they're open till 2.
Right. Yeah, when I was selling drugs, I was out from midnight till 6 a.m. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday
Wow.
for 3 years.
Wow.
2023 to 2026. Yeah. I have a job now, so working out pretty well. But like, yeah, for the time being.
Yeah.
So like I know most of downtown. I've been to almost all the bars downtown. Been to obviously everywhere in West Hollywood. Even going further south as like San Vicente, because there's spots down there. Most of the bars on the west side.
I'm gonna hit you up next time I have friends in town and they want to go out.
Oh,
and
nice.
I say,
what area are they in and what's close?
Yeah, or just like where should I take my friends that they'll think it's cool?
Ooh, the basement bars in downtown. The Continental Club is really cool. There's jazz nights Wednesdays and Thursdays. There's another bar. It's like a pirate theme bar. I'll remember the name and I'll send it to you. That Saturday nights, there's a DJ who plays these little 34 vinyls, whatever they're called, 34s, 78s, 34s, the smaller discs, but he'll have an infinite amount. I'm Shazamming everything because I think he just plays dope hit. It's just dope shit
Hit
all
after
the time.
hit.
Hit after hit. You're like, when year was this? And you're like, 1963. They were doing this shit. It's crazy. And then after 2, you go to the warehouse district, downtown, and that's where you can, get yacked out until sunrise,
Mm.
and those are fun.
Yeah.
Tonight I'm actually going to the Avalon to like a big Palestinian Arab party.
Oh, sounds fancy.
It's gonna be fun. Yeah, I got tickets. A couple of my homeboys, a couple girls. We're gonna go hang
Nice.
out. Yeah, it's
Nice.
gonna be pretty sick. But I'm working tonight too at the concert venue, so I got to change in the car and then go over there.
Yeah.
Okay. Coachella though,
Mm-hmm.
because we're going back to the topic.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen the lineup this year?
No.
Me neither. So there's that.
I do hate. I'm like, I feel bitter because like everyone's like, oh, I love when like the streets are empty in LA for Coachella, and I'm like, me too. But I hate to be a hater. Like I think if that's your thing and you want to go like camp in the desert and like, same with Burning Man. Like I could probably never unless I had the money to like do it where I don't have to like lay in dirt. But I know that's part of it. But I'm just like, I don't
I don't
know.
know about laying in dirt.
I just like don't like being dirty as much as I like. I also have not showered today. I'm like okay being dirty with like
moderately
regular,
Yeah,
like
but you don't have like face stains, or
right. Like I don't have like dirt in my mouth. Like I'm not like gritting teeth,
Yeah,
being like,
yeah.
you know what I would do for a toothbrush right now?
Same. I don't know if
Okay.
you can smell my breath from over there.
I cannot.
Oh, thank God. That's why I kept the window open.
Yeah, the breeze is blowing that way.
Yeah,
so.
it's good. Didn't have time.
Mhm.
So Coachella to me, in terms of like a satanic ritual where people put all their money, energy, time, excitement, enthusiasm, whatever, into propping up this abusive system that has exploited artists and overcharges for tickets
Mhm.
and ruins the environment of wherever it
Mhm.
is. And, sure, boost the local economy for a weekend or 2 weeks or whatever long this is. But then also uh, perpetuates the myth of American dominance in music and art and whatever to the rest of the world, and somehow the self-aggrandizing messaging of mediocre artists, let's be honest, um, and that vehicle, I just don't like it.
Mhm.
My sister has been like 4 times.
Mhm.
I can't say anything to her. She'll be like, "Becky, bitch." Like that's I can't. There's nothing. But she loves it because she's rich and has a rich boy husband now, and they go all the time. But yeah, I just don't like the idea of Coachella. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sorry, I was going to leave. I was trying to give you more time to talk.
Oh yeah. I mean, the only times because Chicago has Lollapalooza.
Right.
And the only times I've ever gone is when I have gotten free tickets from like the bar I'm working at or whatever. Or like I have a bar manager that's like, hey, some vendors gave us these tickets. Do you guys want to like take these wristbands and go? And the bars are always like slow, depending on where you work. It's like, oh,
Sure.
everyone's, we'll get busy later with everyone who's so fucked up from Lollapalooza. And if they make their way this way, then we'll get busy. But like, I've gone and I'm like, man, beers are so expensive and like lines for porta potties. I hate using a porta potty.
I hate using porta potties.
You're sweaty. You're like sunburned.
Nobody's
you're
sitting down. I can't sit down. If I need to shit, I can't sit. I have to projectile shit. I don't know how to do that.
Hover shit.
I don't know how to do that.
Yeah. My thing with Coachella outfits, and I don't know if they still are like, I mean, I see what some of these people are wearing like out on the streets of LA, and I'm like,
Hooker
you're going to
court.
wear that? And I'm not like,
I've seen the same outfit on Figueroa.
and I'm not like shaming in a way that's like, I like to dress pretty provocatively, and sometimes when I watch people come into the restaurant where I work, I'm like, that's what you're gonna wear? You're gonna sit on a chair that other people are gonna sit on with your vagina lips out? Girl, come on, that's unsanitary. And my thing is when people,
everybody's catching UTIs.
Truly, and these people that go to Coachella wearing like a string, I'm like, okay, but when you have to shit, what are you doing?
Well, you're pulling it to the side, probably.
Yeah, but it's like, what if you have your period? What do you like? how do you like
You could like
my
bedazzle the string tampon, the
you
tampon string. You could put little beads on
you could bedazzle it.
them. Something.
You could make a little friendship bracelet out of it.
Yeah.
But like that's my nightmare is like having to deal with like a bathroom situation, like inevitably like getting like diarrhea from being in the hot sun and being dehydrated all
Mhm.
day, and then wearing like a handkerchief as a dress and being like, all right, I'm gonna go have to deal with shitting my brains out in a dirty ass porta potty. Like that would ruin my whole fucking day.
And then somebody opens the door and starts barfing on you, and you're like,
Yeah.
"Oh my god!"
Like nothing about like
nothing about it sounds fun.
no.
I remember 2011. I got free tickets because my homeboy was running an airbrush titties thing where he would do painting on titties.
Fun. That's so cute.
Yeah, so he was painting titties, and he was like, "Here, just take these tickets and go." And so I traded some weed for a hit of acid, and I lost my mind. Okay, I wore a brand new pair. I bought them for the thing. I had no idea. I bought a $120 pair of Supras. Remember, Supras used to be really cool, right?
Yeah.
For like a moment. Didn't have an outfit that matched it. It just looked ridiculous. But I was like, I got these really nice shoes. I lost them
Oh,
in
where did they go?
in mud. I lost
Oh.
them. I lost them. It was like shin deep mud, and I was tripping balls. And I was just like, it was like R tax. I just had to like let it go,
Yeah.
and there was no way I was going to be able to get them back. And I remember watching a flower get bloomed on a leaf that was whatever, and then I saw lightning go, and that for me was great. And then I saw Flying Lotus, changed my life. And then there was a moment where I was dancing in the rain to pyrotechnics set, and I thought I was killing it, right? I was going bam, 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 and I look around. There's nobody else around me. I was by myself in this one stage area. And to me, I don't know. You have to be fucked up to do that stuff. Because if I was sober, it would have been such a hassle.
Yeah.
I fell asleep in the back of a trailer, eating cold hot dogs and drinking Pepsi.
That sounds awful.
Awful. I've grown a lot since then.
Yeah, like I'm not above that. I have, I've done, I've eaten a pizza puff with my hand and,
Mhm.
vomited and been like, I don't know who someone threw up on me. It wasn't me. I don't know where that even
Yeah.
came from. But like where I'm at now in my life, I'm like, oh, nothing about that seems fun
Absolutely
or
not.
attractive or yeah.
I struggle lately on weeknights where I don't have something big planned in the morning, and I struggle with staying in. I stay in a lot lately, and I like reading. I'm reading now. I'm
Good
like,
for you.
I'm
I try to read. I can't. I mean, I can, but
I'm reading, and I'm like really into it, and I I I feel like I need to buy drugs and go out, and it's like I may be doing that tonight, but like I haven't done this in like 8 months. You know what I mean? Like selling is one thing. That's being on the job. Right?
Yeah,
That's
you're at
clocking
work.
in. I'm clocking in, right?
Yeah.
And that's cool. But now that I'm not doing that, it's like I don't have a reason to go out anymore.
Yeah.
I work at concerts. I do
Mhm.
comedy at night, so I don't go to any other comedy shows unless I'm trying to get booked
Right.
or just hang out or supporting a friend. Actually, I have like a couple new comics I should throw your way who I think
Ooh.
are awesome because I've been going to some shows and some people are brand new and they're amazing. But like, there's nothing. What am I going to do? Meet people?
I relate to that because I bartend at night when I'm not doing comedy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, the last place I ever want to be is a bar. But I'm like, I'm not going to go out on my, like, if I have a night where I am not booked on a show or I'm not bartending, like, that never happens. Or I'm
Mhm.
like, oh, I'm going to go to an open mic or I'm going to go,
I'm
try
going
to
go
get booked
work.
on a,
Yeah.
I'm going to go hang out at the comedy store. I'm going to go,
Mhm.
where, whatever. But it's like, if I allow myself to have an evening, maybe I go to an early mic and then I call it a night and I go home. I love being home by myself to where I'm like, I don't know that I'll ever like meet a partner because I don't. I mean,
Wanna
I know
go out.
there's lots of places you can meet someone that aren't like a bar, but I'm like, I love being home by myself with my dog.
Mm.
I
Mm-hmm.
love my apartment. I live by
Mhm.
myself. I
Mhm.
like I try to read, but I get distracted by my phone because I also
Yeah.
love to sit on Instagram.
Yeah.
But I love to embroider. That's like my
That's
favorite.
cool.
That's my favorite pastime is like I put on a show that I've seen a million times,
Okay.
like Friends, Sex and the City,
Mhm.
Sopranos,
Sure.
something on HBO Max, and I'm just like, ooh, I just
Mm.
want to, and I sit and I embroider, and it's very meditative, and I have
Mm.
something on in the background, and I sit in my robe,
Mm.
and it's
I got a robe.
just the
Mhm.
best.
I know. My late night cigarette out there with my robe, butt naked. Nobody knows. I'm
Yeah,
in my robe.
yeah.
Nobody knows.
I take my dog out nighttime potty. She just pees like on the side of my
Yeah.
house, and I'm like, I'm in my robe.
Nobody
I'm
knows.
naked under this.
I'm
It's
naked.
it's more clothes than I would wear.
Anyway.
I'm more covered than I would be in regular clothes,
Yeah.
but still,
Still.
the fact that I'm
Secretly naked.
yeah.
Okay. Coachella sucks. That's what we're all trying to say here. Coachella sucks.
Yeah.
Um there's been like maybe a handful of times I'll watch a set. Like I saw a Childish Gambino set. I saw Zach Fox's set. I'm a big fan of Zach Fox.
I don't know who Zach Fox
He
is.
used to work with Jack Knight and Chris Red and um she lesbian Sam J. They have a show together. They used to have a show on Langston Kerman. You know
I know.
Langston. You
Yeah,
know
yeah,
Langston
yeah.
Kerman. Okay. Um, yeah, Zach Fox now does ghetto tech house, which is a new genre or an old genre that's now being revamped and now white people are figuring out. But like ghetto tech house,
Mm-hmm.
and he had a really cool set where he involved a lot of like trans ballroom dancers.
Oh.
Yeah, and he created like kind of he was cooking. He put his DJ set in like a barbecue, like a traditional like black like barrel barbecue,
Uh-huh.
and he had a fantastic show. Like shit like that. Like if it's culturally pertinent, I'll watch it.
Mm-hmm.
But I just won't watch nonsense
Mm-hmm.
for the sake of nonsense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then how are we doing on time? We're good. We're good. We're good. You said you wouldn't find a partner, so you're single.
I am.
Yeah. How long has it been?
A little over a year.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm not single.
Oh.
I have a lot going on.
Oh.
Yep. Can't talk about it on camera.
Ooh.
I know, spicy. But yeah, a lot going on.
Nice. Good for you.
Yeah. And but I guess I could say this. It's kind of open.
Interesting.
It's a lot going on. Lot going on.
Wow.
And yeah, meeting people now sucks. I got this one girl's number from my job about
Your teaching job?
no, not teaching anymore.
Oh, okay.
I'm working for law firms.
Oh.
I know it's a big upgrade.
Wow.
But the security job at the theater.
I figured, yeah.
And okay, I saw what you did. I saw what you did there. It would be apparent if anything. But I texted her the following day, and I was like, "Hey, it's really nice to meet you." Blah blah blah. And I don't know. I was trying to be comfortable and like joking, and I don't know if this happens to you, but for men, or for me anyway, it seems like I'll get into a point of the conversation, and then it'll just be nothing.
I don't ever get to that point. I haven't talked to a man romantically
Mm-hmm.
in over a year. I haven't gone on any dates. I'm not on the apps.
Good, me neither.
And I find it very hard to meet people.
Mm-hmm. Sane people.
And I don't want to date a comedian.
Nope.
And I hang out with a lot of comedians. I don't want to date someone who comes to the men who come to my restaurant are either gay or they are on dates.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to date either of those demographics.
Mm-hmm. Would you date another bartender?
Same
hours.
It would depend on a lot of things. I'm not like anti-dating other bartenders, but I'm trying to get out of there. I don't want to be bartending for too much longer.
Sure.
And so if they have like bigger aspirations, that they're like, not that there's people that, I have friends that are like, no, I'm a bartender forever. That's what I'm going to do. And that's great.
Oh, wow.
But that's not what I want in a partner.
Mm-hmm.
So if they were like, no, this is what I'm doing. This is what makes me happy. I'd be like, I don't know if I want to date you.
Mm.
But if they were like, I'm doing this, but also I'm a this, or this is what my dream is, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I just want someone who's like
Passionate about something.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what most women say.
But I also
but there's so many prerequisites that are attached to that.
Right. Well, but I don't
have to
drink
be-
very much, so it's
Okay.
like I don't like being in, even when I'm working, I don't like being around that much booze and like people who drink, and like kind of like there's a lot of like desperate energy at my restaurant, and people are like, ugh, and like needing to be like,
See.
they're just very like needy and high maintenance. And sometimes that means they need that attention from other people. Sometimes it means they need it from the bartender. A lot of my coworkers are like hot male actors.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them specifically, he gives all of his customers like a lot of attention, and he has all these regulars, and like everything about the dynamic is icky to me, where I'm like, I'm glad I get to like benefit from them tipping you, but like the exchange of energy is very like, it doesn't feel good to me.
Well, so it sounds like you're kind of more of like a private, like, you're not an attention whore when it comes to
Unless I'm on stage.
I know. And then I'm a slut. Right.
Then I put out for everybody.
Everybody. Right. Even at bar shows. All right. Anyway. So
I think it's mostly, and I said this to a friend the other day, where I was like, I don't like who I am when I bartend.
really?
And I've kind of like, and I used to run a show that was, about bitching about customers, because it is, the service industry is difficult, and it takes a lot out of you. And like, especially when you're trying to do something else, and it's like, oh, I can't believe I have to spend my energy being nice to people at a place I don't even want to be at.
Sure.
And like people who are like, which cocktail's the best? And it's like, it's a fucking drink. Who cares?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
it's alcohol. Put it in your veins. Who gives a shit?
Yeah. And I think like I used to, like I said, like pregame with like hot Smirnoff Raz out of a Dasani water bottle, and like chase it with like a flat Sprite. I'm like, you don't need like, you don't like a Chardonnay because it's not buttery enough. Suck my dick. I don't care.
Yeah, I fucking care.
I literally don't care.
Yeah. I'm not a sommelier. I'm just giving it to you.
Something happened the other day where I don't have a palate for wine. Like I can, again, I think it's just because I can drink anything. So like if there's a wine, I'm like, yeah, I can either drink it or I can't. And I can always drink whatever wine unless it's gone bad, honestly. And so people will be like, which one has more tannins? Which one's more dry? Which one's more? And I'm like, and so when I'm like at work doing my job, I'm like, here, let me pour a little taste of each for you. Like if you're deciding between these two, let me just pour you a little taste. You decide what you like better.
That's such a good strategy, actually.
Because it's like, even if I like, all of wine tasting is just gaslighting anyway. It is truly like, ooh, do you taste that grapefruit? You're like, yeah, I do taste that grapefruit.
Weird, shitty hypnosis.
And then they'll be like, do you taste that wet cement? And it's like, no, I don't know what fucking wet cement
what does that
tastes
even
like.
mean?
Yeah. So I had this guy, and he's like, out of these two, which one's more like whatever? And I was like, and he goes, you don't drink, do you? And I lied. I go, no. And he goes, I knew it. And I was like, I don't know what about me says like I don't drink.
You have vitality in your face.
Thank you. But I was like, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I can pour you a taste. And he was like, okay, great. But I was like, what if I just tell people? I'm like, I don't drink. I don't know. Sorry.
At Total Wine, the store, they have a little chart, and I've taken the picture of it about 5 times because I keep forgetting. All right. So if I ever go, which is rarely, they had this one mead. All right, and my uncle has it. My aunt lives in Long Beach, and they
Mhm.
have a huge liquor cabinet.
Mm.
And they have this one particular mead. It's like honey. It's very sweet kind
Mm.
of thing. And I was like, oh, I want that. And so I went to try to get my own bottle. They didn't fucking have it, but I ended up seeing this chart, and it has all the things you said: tannins, buttery, dry,
Fruit forward.
wet cement, whatever
Yeah.
that, whatever.
Cat pee. That is a real thing that sommeliers will describe wine with. It's like a certain what is it, like ammonia or something? There's like a
Oh, that's
it's
so gross.
it's like yeah.
I've owned cats before.
Yeah, they'll be
Never.
like, it's kind of it's that smell of like a wet Band-Aid in a pool. You're like, ew,
Ew.
nothing about that's appetizing.
Why are we drinking this?
I don't want that.
I have a cousin in Pasadena. He invited me to the San Antonio winery in downtown.
Mm.
And we got hammered.
Mm.
And it was maybe about the second or third time he's ever met me.
Mm.
And I was insane. Yeah. But we just kept drinking. And
Yeah.
that was fun. And we tried doing the wine tasting that kept interrupting the woman who was doing it. I was like, I don't taste that.
Yeah.
And she'd be like, well, do it again. And I was like,
she's like, taste it better.
yeah. And I was like, I don't taste that.
Yeah. That's how I feel at work when we have like a wine rep come in and they'll like pour us little tastes, and I'm like, this literally all tastes the same to me. Like, I could drink any of this. And when it comes to like pairing something with food, I'm like,
okay, so I dated this girl from 2014, no, from 2012 to 2015. It's a very sweet girl, but she was a big fan of charcuterie boards. And we would get like the dried meats, and we would go to this. It was back in Albany. We would go to like the Italian cheese shop and like go and like peruse cheeses, right? And I think that's so fun when I didn't know a fucking thing about cheeses. Now that I know something about cheeses, just like, you want the hard one or the soft one?
yeah,
they all taste like cheese. Like, it's
Yeah.
just like I don't have.
well, that's it's all good.
It's all
like
good.
I've never had a cheese I don't like.
Exactly.
I'm not a huge blue cheese fan, but like
Sure.
you can see when there's blue cheese, it's
Yeah.
like, I know I don't like that one. I'll still try it. That's my thing. Like, I'll try anything.
Yeah, same.
I love a charcuterie board. I love a little hard salami, goat cheese, maybe a soft prosciutto with a hard, aged cheddar. Love a jam, love a jelly.
I love a smoked salmon.
I don't like smoked salmon.
Oh.
I always think I'm going to like smoked meats and food, and I don't. That's on me.
Well, I thought we could be friends, but now I
think a bagel and lox looks so delicious. I love capers. I love cream cheese. I love bagels.
Smoked
3
salmon?
times in my life, I have taken a bite. And I'm like, oh, I don't know. This tastes bad.
Gotcha. No, I see. The texture is gross. It's like someone else's dismembered tongue.
That is. But I like sushi.
Okay.
It's things that are smoked. If I eat smoked turkey, like lunch meat, on a sandwich, it always takes me a second. I'm like, there's something on here I don't like. And I'm like, oh, it's smoked.
Okay. Gotcha.
Not a big BBQ gal.
Okay, well, have fun being single. Damn, man.
I'll just be at home with my embroidery.
Yep, embroidery and your dog. Yep. While everybody's out enjoying barbecue, right?
Smoked meats.
You just be the worst on 4th of July, right? I don't drink. I don't like smoke. I don't want any meat.
I do. I hate 4th of July.
Me? Okay. I only have an affinity for 4th of July because my family used to go to this Greek family's house that was like 400 people every 4th of July. Memorial Day, 4th of July, Labor Day was like, and the Super Bowl and Thanksgiving. We would go with family, friends.
Yeah.
Everybody there. And 4th of July was always special because it would be like you could smell the hot dogs and hamburgers on the grill.
I love a hot dog. Love a hamburger. I love a cold beer. I love like.
We're sounding really conservative right now.
I love an American flag bikini. No.
Yeah. We're wearing a Coachella.
With cowboy boots.
Yeah.
No, I love barbecue. I love ribs.
Well, so what the fuck is wrong with
I
the
don't know.
barbecue?
It's like certain things that are smoked I don't like.
Gotcha.
And there's I love like a rib that's like crispy on the outside that have been like on a grill and then smothered in barbecue sauce.
Ooh, yeah.
But I don't like a smoked,
Okay.
like a dry rub smoked rib.
Gotcha. I dig that. It's really hard to find good barbecue in LA, and some people tout that there's really good barbecue in LA, but the best barbecue I've ever had was in St. Louis.
Mm.
I was on my drive over here from New York. Yeah. Stopped in St. Louis. I can still visualize it in my mind, just taking a bite and then it just like disappearing,
like melting,
just melting, and you're like, "That's meat," and you're like, "Yeah," and I was like, "I want to do it again." And I would just take another bite and keep going.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't had anything equivalent of that since I've lived in California for the past 11 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
LA's got to step up their game. I feel that way about sandwiches in LA. I've not found a good
sandwich place.
Yeah.
Bay City Sandwiches Bay City Bakery, whatever the fuck it is. It's an Italian grocery store over in Santa Monica off of 3rd. It's like right when you get off the freeway.
Okay. I'll put that on the list.
Yeah, they have this thing called the is it the Maria? Big Mama Maria sandwich. It's really good. And the bread is lightly toasted. All the right percentages of ingredients, not too much lettuce, not heavy on the tomato, not anything. It's just perfect.
Great. I will check it out. Thank you.
Yeah.
I did have a good sandwich at Larchmont wine and cheese shop or whatever. They have a good, but it's like it's like a prosciutto sandwich, or a soppressata, something like it's an Italian meat where I'm like, but also I want to try a good turkey sandwich that I haven't had. Or like
yeah, it's really hard to find anything artisanal that's not been done a million times somewhere else. So.
And I feel like places in LA are all about like aesthetic, that like sometimes the food
it just doesn't match.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot the third topic. What was the third one?
Oh, as a bartender, being a customer.
Yes.
Apologizing for being a customer. Yes. Yeah. I feel like when I start a shift, if I work a day shift, the first person that sits at the bar, I am like so fucking mad at for no reason. They're just coming to like sit at the bar, and I'm just like, now I have to do my job, and I get so irrationally angry at them. And there's something about, and one time I like tweeted about it or like put it on Threads where I was like, why am I, a bartender, like so angry at the first person that sits at my bar when it's literally my job to serve them?
Sure.
But so many people were like, yes, what is it? And it's like, oh, it's like, now I'm at work. Now I have
to do the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when I am like the first person at a bar, for like, I am always just like, I'm so sorry that I'm here. And it's just like so ingrained in me to be like, I apologize for existing.
Right.
That you have to serve me right now. And I feel like I turn into like
fawning.
Yeah, I could. Yeah. But I feel like I turn into a Karen, not being a customer, but like being a customer, like to other customers, being like, you need to tip her more. You did not tip that bartender enough. That server is doing everything they can. You need to pay them take all the money out of your wallet and give it to them right now.
You should like do like live commentating, like when the server's doing it, like how people in football, like announcers, like as they're coming in, being like, she's coming around the corner now, and she's got 3 trays of food, and look at that. I mean, yeah, back in '79 when she was working with the other restaurant, she was really doing her thing, and now she's like give like a play-by-play, right?
Yeah.
And then she puts it down, and everybody's gonna be served. Right.
Yeah. But I always here's a good example. Like I feel like in LA specifically, baristas are so fucking mean.
They are.
And it's like some places, it's like I feel like bartenders have a little bit more like reason that they can like be rude to customers because like people are drunk and it's like annoying. It's usually like late at night and they're very busy. And like I have never worked in a coffee place, so I don't know, but I'm just going to speak how
Okay.
I feel.
Mm-hmm.
And that is like someone walks up, they order their coffee, and then like someone else is making the coffee. And it's pretty efficient and straightforward.
Yes.
Where like bars are like chaotic and you're also making drinks for the tables and like there's a lot going on.
Mm-hmm.
And like I'm like, I get to be mean to people because people are rude to me and people wave their hands in my face and people, don't tip me and people demand. And as a bartender, it's like all my money has always been made just by tips,
Yes. Yes. Of course.
And as a barista, it's like people you're not supporting yourself through the $1 that most
That
people,
most people put on the thing.
yeah.
That's what I do. Yeah.
And it's also like you're the one who got a job that you have to be here at 7 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
That's not my fault. Don't take that out on me,
Mhm.
And there's a place by my house, and like the staff there is so rude that I'm like, I feel like I'm getting punked. They're so mean.
Have you seen the reviews for their spot?
No, I've never looked them up.
Okay. You
But
should.
like there was one time where a woman was in front of me and she was trying to pay with Apple Pay and she did it 3 times and it got declined. And the guy who was working behind the counter, like I was standing behind her and I go, I can get your coffee for you. And the guy behind the counter goes, no, she's a regular. If anything, I would just give it to her for free. And I was like, oh,
Oh, okay.
okay. I'll just go walk into traffic. Like,
Yeah.
fuck me,
Fuck
dude.
me, dude. Jesus
Sorry for
Christ.
trying to be kind. Like, it
Mhm.
was such an icky feeling. And I really like, and then I got up there and I get like a drip coffee. Like, I'm just like, could I just do a 12-ounce drip coffee black? Like, don't leave any room for cream. And they're
Mm.
like, and I'm like, I'm ordering objectively the easiest thing there is. It's
Mhm.
like if someone orders a beer, I'm like, yeah, done. Here you go.
Thank you so much for being easy. Yeah.
Yeah, like this is literally taking me no time and effort.
Nothing at all. Whereas me, I will get an iced honeycomb latte.
Honeycomb.
There's this one spot over here on. I go every Sunday.
Maybe I should go after this.
Mm-hmm. Alibi Coffee, right on Washington.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. It's so good.
Love.
And the blonde behind the counter is super cute. I think she's Ukrainian. But I think she may be married to the other guy there, but we kind of like eye contact. Stuff,
oh, okay, flirty. Talk about open relationship.
Yeah, I know, a little bit. Right? Yeah. Who knows? If you doing the same thing? Right? You want to make this really complicated? Right, yeah. So it's like, I'll talk about it off camera.
Okay.
I know you're dying to know, but like, I know. Alibi Coffee. And they give them a good review. Yeah.
Honeycomb. What is
iced honeycomb latte with oat milk.
Okay.
They take care of everything else.
Sounds delicious.
Oh, and the big ass. You can take a bite. It's all good.
Oh.
I go. Yep. Going tomorrow. Yep. Going tomorrow. So again, let's talk about apologizing as a customer, because I try to be nice every time I walk into an establishment.
Yeah.
And even if they're mean, I'm such a masochist that I'm like, oh, do it again.
Well, I go to this coffee place and I'm like, hi, could I please have blah, blah, blah? And they're like, ugh, this bitch. And then they like give it to me.
Like, yeah, I know. I'm so the
and
worst.
Then I tap my card and I still, I can never not tip. So I'll like leave them $1. And I'm like, thank you for yelling at me. Here you go.
Thanks.
I know you're miserable at your job. I feel the same way. And you deserve my money.
Even in the face of someone being rude, the way I was raised is being like, you have to be nice to everybody. Right?
Yeah.
That was just how it goes. No matter what they're doing, you be nice to everybody. And there's only been a handful of times where I've ever flown off the handle, right? And so when it comes to like somebody being rude to me, I have such a high tolerance for somebody, just short of somebody spitting in my face.
Is this when you're on the customer side or
customer side?
Yeah.
But as it goes, being in a position of authority as like a teacher, I don't take any fucking nonsense. Or if I'm like working
like as a security,
I can't check it right there before it spirals out. So like that's a whole other thing. So I understand where you're coming from. But if I'm in a position of subservience to, or it's the opposite of that. It's the opposite of subservience. Not dominance, but in the customer.
Submissive.
Sure.
Like you're the yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry that I'm giving you money to give
Yeah,
the
yeah,
thing that
yeah.
you're
I
here to do,
apologize for coming into this establishment.
that you're clearly working at.
Yeah.
That that's why you're here, is to
Yeah.
do the thing for me.
Yeah.
I'll be like, oh no, don't worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
Sir, you don't have a cup. Yeah, just pour it in my hands. I don't care. Just put it in there.
Scalding hot coffee. Just put it. I was carrying my shirt.
You know what? Just put it in my belly button. I'll just get
Yeah.
I'll do it myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I get that. Like, if they get my order wrong, I'll take it as it is.
Same.
Don't even worry about it.
Yeah.
I will get pissed at a drive-through if they forget something, but I won't stop.
Mm-hmm.
They forgot the nuggets. I'll imagine it in my head as I go out of the parking lot, and that's fine with me.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I've ever sent something back. There was a time I was at a restaurant that I used to work for that restaurant group. This was in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like there was some sort of like familiarity. I was like, I know the guys that own this place, but not like in a I know the owner kind of way. Just like I'm familiar with this bar group.
Mm-hmm.
And also like I bartend, so I know. And the server had brought out, me and my girlfriends were like out drinking all day, and then we went there and we got like more drinks and we got like sliders and something else. And in these sliders, we like picked one up and a bead rolled out of it, like a hard clunk, like a bead that was on someone's bracelet.
Oh,
it was an anal bead. Just kidding.
Yeah. Those are usually in a string. Okay.
Yeah. It was like a piece of jewelry.
Mm-hmm.
And we all kind of like stopped eating, and like I like called over the server and I was like, hey, I'm so sorry. I was apologizing. I was like, I'm so sorry for this inconvenience. Right. I was like, a bead just fell out of our slider. And I was like, I don't care. I was like, we're literally not mad about this at all. Like there wasn't much
just
food
letting
left.
You know.
I was like, but there's probably more beads. I was like, this probably came off someone in the kitchen or a server or something. Mm-hmm. And if there's one bead, there's probably more beads. So I'm just like letting you know so that you can keep an eye out in the kitchen for your guys' own good. Right. Like I was not mad at all. I was just like, I don't want another.
Thank you for ruining Bead Friday or whatever the fuck it is. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And they were like, oh my God. So they like bought us a round of shots or whatever, which like was I mean, you should always do that on the restaurant side of stuff. It's like, yeah, if you fuck up, you should like comp something, free dessert, free drinks, whatever. Mm-hmm. But I was like, I just want you to know for your own good, not for, we don't care.
But, don't care.
Yeah.
The first white girl I ever dated, undergrad, she was from my hometown, but I used to go down to New York City to go see her all the time, going to Staten Island. And we went to this one Italian restaurant, and it was the first time I ever saw somebody ever send something back. Mm. And she didn't like whatever her dish was. It was like too spicy, some shrimp thing, something like that. She was like, I don't really like it. I'm going to send it back. And I was like, what are you doing? They made it for us. This is a really expensive restaurant. I don't know. Do I have to pay twice for that? Like, yeah. She was like, no, you can just get another one. And I was like, no, just don't do it. Don't worry about it. It was at the time when I felt like being a man, like I had authority in a relationship, and I don't. But like this girl, type A, alpha, super strong. She's super successful now. I should have stayed with her, but it's whatever. It was a while ago, almost 20 years now. But wow. We still keep in contact. She's super Christian now. I know. She got so mad at me for arguing with her because when the waitress came, she was just like, can we get this back? And I was like, look, if it's not too much trouble, if you have like any left, like if you just want to put something, I'll take it in a to-go box so you don't have to waste the food. She's like, no, that's not, we have to throw it out. And I was like, oh, that sounds like such a waste of food. And she was so mad at me. She yelled at me the whole way home about how I embarrassed her at this restaurant. And I was like, she was like, why would you argue with me when we're out together? And I was like, oh, in hindsight, it's because of her family dynamic that she's doing that. Because I was like totally fine. Like my family talked about everything, so it wasn't like a big deal. But just like
that was bigger than the food.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, she had a lot else. There was a lot going on else back there, so it was fun. But yeah, we had like a big argument about it because I was so no. We don't have to do that.
Yeah.
No, but you can. I was like, but we shouldn't.
Yeah.
but you can. And I was like, that's not okay. You know,
Yeah. I try to think, I know I've like had this conversation with people. It's like, what would have to happen for me to like send something back? And like,
not even the bead.
not even the bead.
Yeah.
I think it would, I don't have any food allergies. So I guess like that would be the only thing where it's like, oh, I'm so sorry. But most restaurants will be like, do you have any allergies?
Right.
You know, and I'm
Mhm.
like, oh, I forgot I'm allergic to shrimp and there's shrimp on this dish.
Right.
I'm so
no,
sorry.
I'll just die quietly.
Yeah, I'd be like,
actually,
I'll just do this in the bathroom so I don't bother anyone.
it's an EpiPen.
Yeah.
If you don't have one, it's okay. It's okay. I don't want to inconvenience
I'll be
anybody.
fine. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
If not, no worries.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll just breathe my way out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just feel like, you know, when you're on the customer side of anything, you just want to be nice. You just want to do the
Yeah.
thing, get it done, and leave.
Mm-hmm.
And some people will make a big fucking fuss about anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of entitled. That's everywhere, but in LA especially, like people who just like come to restaurants and they are entitled as hell. And I'm like, you could have just stayed home and been a bitch. You
Yeah.
know, like you didn't have to come here and ruin my day too.
Sure. Have you ever? What is your worst Karen experience on the receiving end of being?
Like as a bartender?
Yeah. Or just working in a restaurant in general.
Yeah. Gosh, I've had so many that they're like
They blend together.
Yeah. One that really it sticks with me is there was a family. This was like post COVID, like end of COVID, where like things were. I worked at a pizza place in Chicago, and we had like a huge patio, but drinks on the patio had to be in plastic cups,
Mhm.
just like a safety rule. They couldn't have like that much glass on the patio, but wine could be served in wine glasses.
Mhm.
And there was a family, like a mom and a dad, and then their 2 adult daughters. And I was serving their table, and the dad had ordered like Johnny Walker Black neat.
Mhm.
And it got poured into a plastic cup because everything got poured into plastic. And I had brought it out, and he didn't say anything in the moment. And then I continued to serve them. And then when it, like, also I was waitressing, not bartending, but
Sure.
like, they went to pay, and like the check presenter, like sometimes the host would just like clear off the table and just like take it and then give it to you later, like
Mhm.
whatever. And I like had never picked it up. And then like later in the evening, the host had like given it to me and she was like, oh, this is from table, whatever. And I look at it and like the dad had written on the check like minus 10% because you put my scotch in plastic. And that was
full
like
sentence.
full sentence. And then docked me on my tip. And that really pissed me off because it wasn't a straightforward thing where like he was like, oh, why is this in plastic? And then I could have explained like everything gets, if you really need it in glass, I can make an exception. I can go
Sure.
grab
It's
a
just
glass for
default.
you.
So if
But
you
it
don't
was
get
like
so shit faced, you slam the cup down. Yeah, sorry.
yeah, but it was just like such a cowardly thing to do. And like from a man, like you are a father. You are a father and a husband, and you can't.
To be fair, he has 2 adult daughters. Them Y chromosomes weren't strong enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
But I was just like, what a cowardly thing to do, and then take it out on the server who like I don't make the rules.
Mhm.
I'm not like, this guy sucks, put his shit in plastic.
Mhm.
I'm like, someone else is making these drinks. I literally take the ticket, take it off the server well, and I like go put it on the table. And that like it's things like that. That's like if you have an issue,
Say it.
there's a nice way to do it.
Mhm.
And that's why like when people are like apologetic as customers and they're like, hey, I'm so sorry. We have a cocktail at my current restaurant. It is pretty spicy. And we'll be like, are you okay with a little spice? And people are like, yeah. And still people are like, I'm so sorry. This is actually a little too spicy for me. And I'm like, no problem at all. I'm like, I'll happily remake
Sure.
that. I'll ring it in as too spicy because it
Mhm.
happens all the time. And like, I don't care.
Mhm.
Especially if I'm not doing anything. Like, no, I'm
Right.
happy to make you no
Sure.
worries at all.
Mhm.
But when people are like, yeah, this is just too spicy, I'm like, okay, well, I told you it was spicy. It's
Yeah,
like
what
how
the
you
fuck
do
is
it.
wrong with you? Yeah.
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 But the cowardly way of like just taking money out of my pocket and not telling me why, like,
Yeah.
that is the worst.
I saw on Threads recently It was talking about working for billionaires
Mm.
and being like a direct thing, like a nanny or a house cleaner or something like that. And the fact that billionaires are such shitty, evil people, like they would, like one of them was saying they would count the silver in front of them to make sure they didn't steal it.
Oh my God.
And I was like, what is this, the 1800s? But also, who steals silver out of a house?
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. And then there was like another one where she would, she asked for a raise and didn't get it, but she still wanted to keep the job. And then for Christmas, they gave her this brand of pears, like the fruit, but the small box of the pears. And they were just like, yeah, you can just here. It wasn't even wrapped.
I'd be so pissed if I got pears for Christmas from a
That's
billionaire.
what I said too. I was like, who the fuck gives fruit for Christmas?
Yeah, what am I
I
gonna
mean,
pay
unless they
my
were-
bills with fruit?
Unless it was like really good pears. Like I'm a big fan of like really good fruit. Okay. And I'll come back. I'll come back to the billionaires. In May, we got to go to, I'll go to Artesia. And in Artesia, there's this string of Indian stores, this big Indian community, and they import mangoes directly from India.
I love mangoes.
But they bring 4 or 5 different species that are only native to India there.
Mm.
And so you got to get the Alfonso mango.
Alfonso mangoes.
You know Hari Kondabolu, the comic?
I don't know.
Okay, so Indian comic. I think he's from Seattle. He did this bit where he was talking about like Alfonso mangoes taste like 10 mangoes put into one mango.
Mm.
Because technically the mango that we have is the Mexican mango, and it's actually a hybrid mango that's kind of retarded. So it's like a retarded version of the original mangoes.
Gotcha.
So these particular thing, they're like $36 a piece.
Oh my God.
I know, but it's worth it.
Wow.
They are so good. I'm going May 10th because I know
You have a date.
Yeah, because I've done it for the past like since 2017.
Wow.
Yeah, so a couple of years I've missed off, but since 2017 I've gone down to Artesia to get these particular mangoes, and I make sure it's a week I'm paid, and I've got some bills out of the way,
Yeah.
so I can go and just get like
so you can afford your mangoes.
at least 4 of them. Like,
wow.
yeah,
so much money for
it's
mangoes.
so good though. I swear to God, because
Wow.
I'll get one of each species.
Okay, yeah.
And it's just like I'll make a little ceremony if I'm dating somebody, or if I have a friend, I'll be like, come on, you want to do mango night? Like we'll just go
Mango night.
I got
That's so
these, I'll
fun.
just
Do
fucking-
you? I don't like to, like suck the meat off of a mango seed because it's so stringy and gets in your teeth. But
Oh,
I mean,
no,
you have to take every single fiber off the seed of a
It's dr-
$36 mango.
It's dry. I'll keep it in there. I'll just
just suck on it. And you're like,
yeah, it's big as shit. I'll just keep it there. It's so fucking good.
mm,
Totally worth it.
mm-hmm,
Back to the billionaires though, because we'll wrap it up soon.
mm-hmm.
Billionaires do the most evil shit and undercut. So even anybody with a little bit amount of wealth will treat you worse than somebody who's poor.
Mm.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I think it gets to a degree.
Mm-hmm.
I will say I worked for a very rich family in Chicago. I was their babysitter,
Mm-hmm.
postpartum doula, and
Nice.
they brought me on vacation with them as their travel nanny.
Cool.
And they still sometimes will hit me up and be like, hey, you want to meet us in San Diego and watch the kids for a weekend? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
They are some of the most generous people that I've ever met.
What is he? A couple millionaire? Like not a lot. Like
They definitely they definitely have multi-millions.
okay, so 8 digits. Okay, cool.
I would, yeah.
I would say the difference between 7 digits and then 9 digits.
9 digits. That's where you get evil.
You
That's where
gotta
the
be
evil.
a piece of shit to get 9 digits.
Did you watch the other two?
Is that a movie?
It's a show.
No.
It's like Molly Shannon's in it, and that's the only person I know in it.
Sure.
But it's like a Justin Bieber-esque character.
Mm-hmm.
And like this kid gets famous, and like his 2 older siblings. It's like about their life.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
The other
very
two,
the
yeah.
other two. And it's very funny.
Mm-hmm.
But there's like this bit that like the older sister, she's like her little brother's man, she becomes his manager, and like she's like dating, and she goes out with this guy who's a millionaire, and like the whole thing is like, you can date a millionaire, but don't date a billionaire.
Mm.
And while she's on a date with this guy, he's like very normal, and she's like, oh my God, yeah. And they're hitting it off. And then like she goes to the bathroom and she comes back and he's got like his lips are like this, and he's all like Botoxed out and fillered out, and he's like, I just hit 1 billion, like my app or whatever like sold, and now I'm a billionaire. And then he like loses his mind, and she's like, oh, I can't date this guy.
Can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
Absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, I work with some pretty high profile people now, and in training I was told not to make frequent eye contact because it sets people off, and to make sure that everything my responses, because I'm working for a new firm right now, my responses are like half a sentence. You can't talk too much, or they talk about you, and then you'll just be asked to leave. If you make any kind of conversation with the people at all, you'll be asked to leave.
Is this like, so you're at a law firm, is this the lawyers or like the clients?
The lawyers.
Gotcha.
I mean, even with the clients don't normally come in, they usually do Zooms. But like if there's like a conference or a meeting or something, in and out. The help can't stick around too long.
Wow.
We're supposed to be setting up, if it's a hospitality thing, if I'm doing drops for mail, things like that, like I can't be seen.
I hate that.
I do too, but it's okay because I get free food. It was lovely having you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for coming.
Oh my God, it was so fun.
All right, thank you. Bye.
Bye.